Hey everybody, it's your boy Chris. Welcome back to the Off-Air Podcast. Here with me as usual is John.
I'm the only one that shows up.
We have guests that I plan on bringing here. We need to actually schedule something, and and we had to do this whole thing with the sound check before, and I want to make sure that works. So we'll work that out for me next week or the week after.
Yeah. Anyways, this podcast is brought to you by the word. Huh?
All right, I like it. That was unexpected. Do you mind if I start off with one topic?
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me just bring this up.
It's your building.
Right. Okay. Well, so this just happened a few days ago on the 1st, right? And actually Richard sent me this this morning. Where was it? Man in a Make America Great Again hat slashes man's hand with a sword in California. San Francisco police were searching Monday for a man who wore a red Make America Great Again hat and used a sword to slash another man's hand after an argument outside a roller skating rink. This actually happened.
It's a roller coaster, and first of all, wrong state. He's in the wrong state.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. California is pretty predominantly liberal, right?
No, I'm saying it smells like a Florida man. It smells like Florida man over there.
Oh, that does smell like a Florida man story. That's true.
Because I came from over there.
Yeah. That just makes me think, like, wait, did he slash the guy's hand off? Or I guess he is. I mean, either way,
where did he have the sword? And was it a long sword?
Right. Well, he just assaulted him with a sword outside of a roller skating rink. So I wonder what they were arguing about too.
Right there. He roller skated into his car, opened the trunk, says, "I'm gonna pop your ass." Pulls out a fucking sword.
A samurai sword, I imagine.
The guy is still standing there.
That's a good point. He didn't get away fast enough on his roller skates.
That guy, fuck that guy. He deserved it.
They didn't get away fast enough with a guy on roller skates with a samurai sword or a claymore, whatever he was using. He just didn't skate fast enough, or get into his car. I don't know. They must have been It must have been like in the heat of an argument or something. The guy just happened to have a weapon on him, and the guy just came at him. That's what I imagine, because it says that they were in an argument.
Yeah, but
you think it was a political argument? I mean, it was in California, and the guy was wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and I mean that appears to be what's the big deal. Oh, oh, excuse me. So I got a bad cough, but also in the article, on the headline, they abbreviated. I had to look at it. They abbreviated the hat. It said MAGA. So for saying that, I thought it was like a MAGA hat. I thought it was something else for a second.
For the first year of Trump being president, they're always talking about the MAGA. That's what they pronounce.
Okay.
So I'm like, is that an organization? No, it's Make America Great Again.
Okay, yeah, I never heard about that until this morning. Honestly, I mean, I heard about the Make America Great, obviously, but I didn't know about the abbreviation.
I was today years old when I found out.
But yeah, that's a fun little story. You said you have something you want to bring up?
There's so many things. We're gonna go on with the same order for April 1st. I got technically three little topics about April Fools.
Oh, okay.
Pornhub.
Oh no, what'd they do this time?
Gatorade.
What?
Basically, they made their version of Gatorade for masturbation.
Oh my god.
And they actually had a music video.
Is it like? Oh, that reminds me of the episode of South Park when Butters was selling his excrement, or no, sorry, that's the wrong word. His detritus. I mean, he was selling his semen as a sports drink for Sarcastable. Do you ever see that episode of South Park?
No, that's the one I missed.
Yeah, Sarcastable. So basically, it was talking about how American football is getting like more and more regulated to try to be safe, because these guys are ruining their
lives.
Yeah, they're getting concussions, and they're getting serious brain damage and all that, and big fans of the sport want to keep it wholesome, but they want to keep it violent. They want to keep it as it's been for decades, right? And they're making fun of the whole idea that like Randy's like, it's like, we got to make football more safe, huh? All right, well, how about we just make these kids wear tinfoil hats instead of helmets, and they wear bras and just hug each other instead of actually tackling, and they can just hand off the ball to the other team. Oh, it'll be so much fun, right? And
All right.
and then naturally naturally the only actually good athlete, according to the new sport, the new rules of this new sport, Sarcastaball, the best athlete in the world is Butters, because he's Butters. He's a teddy bear, right? And he's saying that you need this special goo that it makes you all warm inside, and it was actually his semen, and he was selling it on like the level of Gatorade. There was like they made like a commercial with like Tom Brady. Oh God, it was disgusting. But yeah, that was the whole thing. That's just what that made me think about with Pornhub trying to.
Well, no. What the thing is?
Jesus.
It's basically, it's almost like quote unquote Gatorade, but except it rejuvenizes all your fluids.
What?
For both females and males.
So what do you mean all your fluids? Like all your bodily fluids?
Including the ones made from sex.
Oh, that's gross.
Basically.
Also, so.
Basically,
Jesus.
When you're done having sex, it's basically just shoving horse steroids into you, so you can get back in the stables, boy.
Okay. That sounds.
Well, that was the reason I brought it up is just every year they always make a great joke.
Yeah.
And this year they actually made it to the point where they had a commercial, and then at the end of the commercial, it's zooming out of the people singing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the people were in a pattern of a woman's hair. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole land looked like a woman. Anyways,
amazing.
the other things, How's He Basic?
Oh, what about How to Basic?
For April Fools, he made a video on how to make a roast.
Oh.
It was an hour-long video.
Oh my God, I totally missed out on that.
It was he actually made an actual recipe.
Really?
Yeah. And it shows you the hour-long cooking process.
What?
At the end, he fucking drops it.
That's beautiful. Typical How to Basic. Man.
Everyone's like, yeah, he should make an actual. No, he made one.
Yeah, I remember when How to Basic like first came out with like the watermelon ones and just the egg ones like 4 or 5 years ago now. You remember the steak one? Did you ever see that one?
No.
It was like how to cook a steak, and he took like I think it was a nice steak. It was like a porterhouse or something, right? And then he took it outside. He pissed on it, and it was like or at least that's what it seemed like. They're all the visual, like it, and of course the eggs. The organic eggs. Oh, he recently came out with plush eggs you can buy. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Plush eggs and shirts.
Yeah.
He also.
I really like what it's become now, where it's like what the joke around like how he will never reveal its identity, and that like we are all How to Basic.
Yeah, no, that still blew my mind when they did that video.
Oh yeah, that was incredible.
What was it? A 10 million subscriber or million subscribers?
It wasn't even just that. It was just the idea of the like I think that was really like the height of everyone learning about him.
Yeah,
everyone was trying to figure out who he was, because he was hanging out with iDubbbz and Joji and all of them, and Max Mofo, and like showing up in different videos, and they were trying to piece together his identity. That was never like completely revealed. and it just decided not to completely reveal it, and you know, it was like a big tease. But it ended up being like, yeah, a pretty impressive video, getting so many people involved. That was awesome.
It was international videos,
right? Yeah. Like there were YouTubers like all across, like all around the world, like getting involved in this video. It's amazing.
As soon as they included the first, no offense to the women, as soon as they included the first girl, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's when, you know, it's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're all how to basic, aren't we? There's a little bit of Slim Shady in all of us.
And then the final topic for April Fools was Dr. Phil.
What about Dr. Phil?
There's a photo of him that he shaved his mustache off.
Really? No way. The signature Dr. Phil mustache. That mustache is just about as important as
Tom Selleck's mustache.
Well, there's Tom Selleck. There's crap. I don't remember the name. Oh my God! Whoa, he looks like my entrepreneurship professor.
But it turns out it was a prank.
It was a prank. It was like CG or something, or
they
what?
They photoshopped it off.
They photoshopped it, yeah.
Better than the Justice League movie.
That's amazing. I mean, it's easier doing a picture than it is in film, but yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, everyone's like, put it back.
Did you see what Pokemon Go did for April Fools?
I think I saw it was like Ash showing up in your photos.
It wasn't Ash. It was Ash's Pikachu. So it was Pikachu with Ash's hat.
Oh.
Yeah, you had 5 chances so you were able to catch 5 of them, and one of them could have been shiny, or you had the possibility of getting a shiny one. I didn't get one. I caught all 5 of them, and I didn't get a shiny, but it's still pretty cool. It's Ash. It's Pikachu with Ash's hat, and they're all male Pikachu, so it is Ash's Pikachu essentially. Even though the stats in all of them sucked, and it doesn't really make any sense because, you know, Ash's Pikachu is a monster. It's like a legendary. In fact, no, actually, there's in competitive, or at least on Smogon, on Pokemon Showdown, you actually can. There's stats. There's like a preset on Pikachu stats for Ash's Pikachu, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like a level 100 Pikachu.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, man. It's like a level 100 Pikachu with, I want to say, depending on what generation you're playing in, it should have Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, and I think Double Team. So it's like the perfect like Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon like early, like first 3 generations, like just monster Pikachu.
What was the other?
It's amazing.
Talk about?
I should I go on my topics? Another. Well, so, okay. Well, one of the topics we shared. So, like, let's talk about. Well, one of the things I want to talk about was it seems like a lot of people are talking about addiction to social media right now. Prince Henry was talking about it, and Casey Neistat was talking about it recently in 2 videos he made. So Casey Neistat, he took he deleted Instagram and Twitter on his phone. He was talking about how he was actually suffering from a social media addiction that he couldn't. That, you know, he was spending like 2 hours a day just scrolling mindlessly through his phone. I feel like that's a really common issue for a lot of us.
Yeah, I actually noticed there's a recent update for the iPhone that tells you your screen time. Yeah,
I noticed that too.
And then Instagram recently rolled it out saying, "Hey, how much you're spending on our app as well." I believe that's slowly becoming a feature on everything, saying, "Hey, we love that you're actually using our product, but there's a point where you gotta cut it off."
Yeah. So
originally it was started with the kids.
Yeah.
For
sure.
The kids' tablets. It says,
yeah.
Hey, you have about an hour until the tablet shuts off.
Yeah, I think that's great because I feel like kids should be spending more time like being exposed to different things. You know. It's just so easy to just spend, like, especially as a kid, I imagine, is because I mean I remember like spending an entire day playing video games as a kid, and I mean I'll still do that reasonably. Actually not I can't spend a whole day playing video games now, but Video games in their sense could be addicting, and that's also what Prince Henry was talking about. That everyone, a lot of people were talking about that.
Everyone knows the name. It's like Minecraft. Remember back in middle school, Minecraft?
Yeah.
Everyone talked about it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now,
Fortnite. Yeah. I personally, I mean, I'm not a big fan of battle royales in general, but Fortnite is definitely one that really turned me away. I wasn't into it. Let alone the hype around it. It's become just a huge meme.
I was around the hype during the Minecraft era where it was.
I got really into Minecraft at the time, and recently it's been making a little bit of a comeback on Twitch, and I'm probably gonna stream some of it pretty soon. I think.
It was during the era when it was the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That's the original name.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember the Hunger Games on Minecraft.
The Battle Royale was referred to the movie Battle Royale, where people dropped onto the island. They're school students,
right?
Slowly becoming more corrupted. But the point is,
it's like a what is it, Lord of the Fly situation, only on steroids.
Except you're forced. You have no choice.
Exactly. It's Hunger Games meets Lord of the Fly. That's fucked up, man. You know.
And it's a Japanese movie, so it's
even
more fucked up.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I'm the one person that would admit I used to. I was talking to Joey, one of our other friends.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually a big fan of Fortnite before, not the hype, but before the Battle Royale. Because originally the game was actually made as a tower defense game.
Real? Oh, that's right. So it was more of like
I was following it back since 2016. I don't know when was the first official E3 trailer. And then
so it was more strategy based when it was like initially like in the beta and.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Oh no.
The early alphas were basically tower defense. You had to defend 1 point, yada yada. But you can still, when you go on their website, you can buy the game. People are saying it's a free game. I know, but you're buying into the actual PvE, not PvP.
I see.
It's one of the dead side of the game. I used to be a fan of it, but then it's
become a totally different beast, man.
It's not what
you signed up for.
It's not. It's really not.
I mean, it's what happens because I mean it's a completely new thing, right? It's from a new company, right? And that's what happens really. Like in the perspective in a business perspective, you just need to adjust to what people are willing to buy, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, except they burnt most of their people, but they don't care because they're still making money.
Yep.
Off of microtransactions.
Exactly.
Leading on to that, you want to keep going on your topic? Or?
Well, yeah. So there's a few things that I didn't really touch on that. So like because it's addiction with social media that people were talking about. So and I think it makes her. I mean, really, I think humans we're susceptible to being addicted to anything. Really, you can get addicted to chocolate. You can get addicted to sex. You can get addicted to TV. You know, you can
addicted to gambling. Addicted
exactly.
to adrenaline.
Exactly. You can.
One thing that keeps us alive can be addictive.
Exactly. And I mean, it only makes sense because I mean, as humans, you know, we're doomed to like constantly try to we're always constantly bored and looking for meaning, you know. So we're always trying to preoccupy ourselves with something. Like even with work, you know, you say you work because you have. Technically, you have to work because you have to. You know, you have to survive in a modern economy, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you're working because you want to, regardless of even how much you might like your job. Especially if you do find a job you enjoy that you're passionate about. You know, you never work a day in your life, so they say. It's because you're working because you want to, because you have nothing else better to do. Because as humans, we're constantly trying to find meaning in our lives and preoccupy ourselves, and then you can get too caught up in one thing, and then it becomes an addiction that you have a need. You feel a need for that one thing, no matter what it is. You grow attached.
I experienced that recently with being very bored.
Yeah.
During the week between jobs, I had nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Either I spent trying to hang out with friends, or I literally spent a lot. I can't believe I did this. I spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Not doing anything. That's the issue with retirement as well.
Yeah.
Why do you think people always spend so much money after retirement? You're bored.
Yeah, or like sometimes I'll see like old men like going out and just picking up trash because they have nothing else better to do. Like they're making a difference, or like helping their community, keeping it clean and stuff. But like it's because there's really nothing else better to do. Or like after a lot of people retire, they like find just a simple job in retail or something that like it just gives them something to do, or people travel. They find meaning. They find value in their time. You can't just sit and do nothing. Even people that claim they sit and do nothing, you're still doing. You're like binge watching a show. You're playing a video game. You're scrolling through your phone. You're doing something to keep yourself entertained.
To you, it's nothing, but your body's saying, "Oh, we're doing something."
Yep, your brain, it's feeling like it's preoccupied with something. That's why I feel like online games are so addictive, because it's never ending. Same thing with social media. So like, social media is interesting because, it's Casey Neistat got it from an article. I don't remember where it was from, but saying that it monopolizes human attention. That's essentially what the purpose is a monopoly on your attention. And it makes perfect sense, because with how many people are posting every single day, it's an endless supply of content that you're just filling your brain with. It's knowledge, but it just all ends up being mush at the end of the day. It's so much that you're exposing yourself to when you're just wasting time, when you can be more productive in other ways. Same thing with online gaming. People are always online. You can be playing it until you can be playing for 24 hours. You can be playing in the middle of the night. Someone's playing Apex Legends or Fortnite right now. It doesn't matter. There are people still playing Call of Duty World at War, even though it's bugged as shit, and you can't do anything.
You want to know something funny?
What?
Last night after I got off of work, which is midnight, I got home, had small snack because it's late. I didn't hit the bed until 3:30.
Yeah.
At night, because I was playing a game.
Yeah.
That's technically dead, but I was playing with other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate on online games. I still love online games. I don't play too much of them. Mostly because I don't really have time, and that also I don't pay for any online
services.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, like I mostly like it as like a group thing. So like I like having friends online for like there was like a whole summer that I had friends that I played online with for Team Fortress 2 a few years ago. Oh, God. That was dope. Those were the days. I'll still get back and play TF2 now.
You want to know something?
What's up?
Sorry, we're slowly
sidetracking. That's okay.
On Team Fortress 2, I owned the skin for the Xenomorph.
What?
Yeah.
The alien.
The alien Xenomorph.
That's insane.
Because back when Alien Isolation was coming out, I pre-ordered it, and it was a bonus on TF2.
Right.
So most of my characters are wearing the actual helmet.
Mm-hmm.
But the Scout, which is basically built like the Xenomorph, it's just running around as a Xenomorph. It only works.
Wow.
It only works on full moons or holiday events.
That's pretty cool, though. That's a pretty dope skin.
Yeah, just running around is like, next thing you know, around the corner is just a Xenomorph.
Wow.
Like, is that what I think it is?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely not hating on online games, but it's definitely I think online games can be more addictive than other traditional video games, like single player video games. It's the only exception could be because all single player video games have an end for the most part. The only exceptions are like really big RPG games like The Witcher, Skyrim.
Especially Skyrim, if you beat technically the core game, you're still not done.
Yeah,
that's not including.
You have an entire world to explore. You have side quests, items.
Not including that, you're probably spending nearly thousands of hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say theoretically you beat every side quest in the game.
Yeah.
And all the follow-up missions that theoretically is possible. Then we got online modding, which add artificial quests.
That's right.
Sometimes those quests are already 100 hours themselves.
Yep. Yeah, man. Like I'll still pull out and play Skyrim now. Same thing with you know, Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3.
If a
Like those
franchise
games
is
are
large
huge.
enough-
Yeah, or GTA too. GTA 5, you know,
I got very burnt out.
right? Me too. Like,
I'm like, every once in a while I hear another.
and you have different characters to choose from. That's the best part of it.
Well,
that you can play as.
I'm not talking about that. Every once in a while I'm just sitting in through my feed. Funny again.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there's a new update on Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm like, I beg your pardon?
Oh yeah, that's other thing is that people are playing it online now too, and that's a whole different beast.
No, the reason I dropped it is because it's not the same game.
Yeah, it's really
Again.
not. Yeah.
Talking about what I bought, and at the end,
That's a common problem right now in gaming, isn't it? Especially with
that's another topic.
with online titles as they come out, EA games, and unless you're buying into the game that originally came out 10 years ago, but you keep on buying the same game every year.
Also, going back to the same topic about social media.
Yeah.
I believe, on my opinion, it's slowly creating ADD.
You think so?
Yeah, it does. Basically, you want attention, and then there's so much stuff to do.
I see.
You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got
Snapchat.
MySpace, Snapchat.
I don't think anyone's using MySpace anymore.
Facebook, whatever. But
Yeah, even then, yeah. But no, you make a good point.
you got multiple
You can be spending like 5 hours a day scrolling through Twitter anyway. You can spending 2 hours a day scrolling through Twitter easily. I'm sure someone out there is doing. I'm sure a lot of people out there spending at least an hour on Twitter and Instagram a day, every single day.
Last year, I caught myself doing this. I was on basically Instagram, scrolling through. I'm like, all right, I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
I closed out the app.
Yeah.
I reopened up Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so easy to come back to because you know something is going to be new on there.
Within minutes, I closed it, put down my phone, picked it up, opened up the same app.
Yeah, it's too easy of a time killer, I feel like. And like I don't think there's anything wrong. Like I don't dislike these apps either. I don't dislike Instagram or Twitter.
I don't.
And they're built the way they are because you know it's so anyone can go on there and post and they can you know make a following for themselves, you know. And I think that's great. I think it's incredible. Especially with how specifically limited they are with how Twitter, you can only have so many characters with each tweet. Instagram is just pictures, you know, you can't post blog posts or videos, or, I mean, well, you can post videos, but videos can't be any longer than a minute on Instagram. Same thing with stories. Stories are 15 seconds each until they refresh, and then they refresh every 24 hours. So it's like constantly new content every moment.
Yeah, that also talks about the same issue with YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
that they can't moderate everything that goes onto the website.
YouTube has been constantly changing.
There's 1,000 hours uploaded every minute.
Right. Yep.
There's no, unless you get a computer, which they do,
Mm-hmm.
there's no theoretical way to monitor everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think there probably because there was that big issue like I think a few months ago where like a lot of people were getting their videos and even their entire channels taken down temporarily because their videos had some sort of unintentional link to, because they were trying to take off all the child porn that was on there. That you know, did you hear about that?
Yes. It wasn't child porn. It was basically it's suggestive material.
Yeah, but even so, like they were trying to keep it clean, and that's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But oh jeez, there were people that were getting their stuff taken down. They were completely innocent because they used something that might have suggested it, like you said. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of Pokemon Go vloggers had their stuff taken down because they used CP, the power unit in Pokemon Go that, according to YouTube's algorithm, could have been mistaken as an abbreviation for child pornography. Same thing for I think there was something else with CP was also used as an abbreviation for Club Penguin. That there were people that were making meme videos or videos that were making like reviews of Club Penguin, you know, like nostalgia reviews, stuff like that.
And then whole channels were also taken down because of
Yep.
their entire comment section.
Yeah.
One place they cannot monitor.
Oh man.
Well, technically they can, But for a YouTuber, you don't have time to look after your own.
Yeah, that's the worst thing. That brings me to my next topic, actually. Did you hear about this petition that someone made to take down PewDiePie's channel for white supremacy? Did you hear about this?
Yeah,
it got 70,000 signatures, but
it's the one topic that always pops up with him again.
A lot of people actually signed that petition in order to try to take it down, and then there was a new petition to try to take down the person that made that petition. Yeah, that's something that's constantly coming up with PewDiePie. I don't think he's a white supremacist, obviously.
He jokes. He has a dark humor.
Yes, for sure.
Again,
there was literally a video where he dressed up as a Nazi.
Yes,
and he's used shock comedy, and that's his style. I don't think.
Well, here's the thing. If you look at it out of context, it's bad. It's really bad.
Oh, out of context, yeah, it's really bad.
But then when you take it as a full context, you're like, all right, I get it. Don't do it again. All right.
Yeah, and he's come out and apologized about a lot of stuff. And you know what's funny? Not too long ago, there was articles talking about him in comparison to JonTron, because JonTron there's been
JonTron, iDubbbz, I believe Filthy Frank at one point.
Well, yeah, but that was all based on like their actual their work, like out of context. JonTron hasn't posted anything that has to do with racism or white supremacy. I don't think, but
it was because he was talking on a live
podcast, wasn't it?
Charity event or something. Yeah, he was basically talking, and they took his clip that he was talking about some. I won't repeat it specifically. I believe it was statistics.
You don't have the exact quote, but
I don't remember. I think it was something about women and domestic violence situation.
Well, he apparently there was also stuff about that he might have posted on social media about immigration, and not a lot of people got offended about his personal political views that he doesn't involve in his videos, but there were articles talking about trying to either take him down or trying to convince parents not to let kids watch him because of his views, even though he doesn't involve his personal political ideals in his content. That there was certain things about what he posted personally on his social media and stuff, or that he might have said on a podcast or something that had to do with political views about him that might have been a little bit more conservative, that might have been a little close-minded about him.
JonTron is the one type of person that knows how to separate work and personal life.
Yeah,
even though,
and I appreciate that. I think overall we should separate the art from the artist, as long as they're not trying to spread propaganda through their art, right? I'm not going to stop listening to Kanye because Kanye is an asshole in his regular life. I think musically he's a genius, so I'm going to keep listening to Kanye even though the press makes him seem like an asshole.
Well,
that's just an example. But that's the same thing with JonTron, is that he still makes funny videos, and he's still getting a really big fan base because he separates his work from what might be his personal beliefs. He might be. He might be just a political swine, but he's still a funny guy, and he keeps it out of his work, at least. I think.
Again, with the thing of working personal life,
right?
iDubbbz again. He does say some racist things in his videos, but it's not basically a rally. What's it called?
He's not spreading propaganda.
He's not.
He's making offensive jokes, just like a stand-up comedian would.
Right.
Just like someone like Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr might.
I talked to him personally before.
You met Ian?
Well, not in person. I talked to him over.
Really?
Because I actually have a friend. They used to play on.
Oh man, we got to get Ian on the show, and Felix.
It's been a while.
Wait, this is the second episode. I'm like, we need to get iDubbbz and PewDiePie in the show.
Because,
or Ethan. Oh, imagine Ethan and Hila. I love the H3H3. They're spectacular. Oh my god.
Our podcast on their podcast.
I'll guess H3H3. I don't know.
No, but
that's a big step. We literally just started a week ago.
Yeah. I have friend who used to play on his gaming channel.
Right.
So that's how they became friends.
I see.
He's friends with some of their friends group.
That's pretty cool.
No, I'm not talking about Max Mofo or Joji.
Right.
Deep.
Oh, dude, Joji is doing totally. You know what he's doing in his music right now?
No.
You ever heard about the what is it? 88 Cloud. So he's part of a new record label. All right. He's doing music full time. He's putting out some great stuff.
Yeah.
Look up Midsummer Madness if you ever have the time. It's great. But yeah, he's working with other artists. He's signed. He's really a professional artist now, and they're doing a music festival in California for everyone that's signed on that label.
Oh, geez.
It's a brand new label. It's incredible, and I'm pretty sure they're based in Asia too. Like everyone on there's from Japan or Singapore or China. So it seems anyway, based on what I know anyway. I haven't looked too much into it, but it's good stuff. They're pretty. He's pretty talented as well as a lot of people he's working with, and yeah, they're doing this massive music festival. Like they've been selling out some pretty big shows lately. They were on. He was back on Hot Ones again with this guy he's working with. But sorry, I we got a little bit off topic about PewDiePie. That like I just want to say that again, I don't think he's white supremacist. He definitely has made some pretty offensive videos and he's tackled some pretty offensive topics. But I want to say because one of the big things about that petition is that the person who started what was upset about was comment section, that they called it a cesspool of white supremacists. I don't know how like from a creator's perspective how you can control your. I mean, I guess you can turn off comments on your video, but that's huge, and that's also where a lot of people were just giving him support and not just trying to spread propaganda.
Yeah, that also was a main topic in Twitch during the early years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Twitch chat is a cesspool of itself.
Well, let me bring up.
Twitch chat can be nuts at times for certain streamers.
Twitch chat, and then later when they started implementing the Punk program
Mm-hmm.
with subscribers, because there's followers.
Yep.
Basically, it's YouTube version of subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's subscribers on Twitch,
right?
Which you pay money
Mm-hmm.
to basically
it's
support.
Yeah, it's like being on Patreon where you actually pay a small monthly fee depending on what the streamer applies.
Yeah.
And for how big of a following they have in the first place.
And then later, Twitch implemented subscriber only mode. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
if you're paying him, you can talk. If you're not, you don't talk at all.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool for streaming anyway.
For the early couple months, it was very sketchy. Everyone was like,
"Oh man, he's all got a terrible cough today."
Yeah, everyone kept talking, saying, "Hey, it's kind of it dehumanizes your followers, the ones that can't afford it."
Yeah.
Sometimes people do it, sometimes they don't, depending on certain times of the week.
Right. I mean, it's all means to support, but yeah, that's not a bad point. That like that makes it to where not every follower is created equal. That you literally have to pay money if you want. I mean, at that point, I guess it's not only to support, but it's also like how it's like being part of a club. Some other like creators will do that, like YouTubers and musical artists. Actually, like All Time Low is an example. They're a pop punk band that's been around for like over 10 years, right? Yeah, they've been around for like I think almost like 13 years, something like that. But they have a fan club. I think it's called like Hustlers or something. It's pretty funny. And you like pay to be a part of it, but you get to go to like exclusive meet and greets with them, and like you get a T-shirt, and it's pretty like all it's pretty exclusive, but it includes quite a bit, and that's just an example of like different ways that I think it can work. But yeah, in a sense, yeah, not all followers are created equal, because then it creates a fan club that you have to pay to be a part of. Which is the same thing as Patreon, though. I mean, I do the same thing.
Here's where it draws the line. The moment when you're required to pay for it, that's where it draws the line for fans.
Oh, for sure. You shouldn't have to be required to pay just to consume content.
Right.
But I think being able to pay, gives it can create certain exclusives to where it can be enjoyable. Like getting shirts, like for Patreon, for example. Some people will make Patreons where they have exclusive merch for those patrons, for those fans that are willing to pay and support them. It doesn't mean, excuse me, you shouldn't have to pay just to consume the content and to be a fan. That's definitely where you should draw the line no matter what you do.
That actually goes into my next topic.
Crap! I just realized I didn't put my. Just go ahead. I'm just gonna change this right now while we're live. I should have done this way earlier. How long have we been streaming now? We're streaming for 40 minutes.
Oh God.
It's okay. I forgot to change my Twitch. I'm gonna do that right now while we're live. It's fine. No one's watching. But I love the category to Super Mario Odyssey.
Man, this is very interesting gameplay.
Right? Because I was streaming that last weekend, but let me change that to just chatting. Wow, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, speaking about going exclusive. Sadly, this week Borderlands 3 was announced to be a exclusive.
Crap, I don't remember how to do this. I'm trying to think. Oh, edit. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking.
You don't know anything.
I don't.
Jon Snow. 2040.
What?
No. Bible Code.
You said Jon Snow?
Yeah.
That's not.
It's
Okay.
not really.
That's a Game of Thrones character. Oh, Game of Thrones is coming out. This season 8 is coming out. In I think 10 days, 9 days. It's coming out real soon, man.
I have yet to actually start watching.
Dude, you gotta get on this. It's so good. It's an incredible show, really.
No, I was saying is Borderlands 3.
Oh yes, it's gonna be
it an exclusive on the Epic Game Store.
Wait, what? No way.
For 6 months.
What? You won't be able. You're saying we won't be able to get it on Steam for 6 months?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to wait until April 2020 in order to play on Steam. Yeah.
That is insane.
Well, here's the thing: when Borderlands 3 was announced,
what about for console?
it's going to console.
It'll be on console on time.
Yes.
But if you want to play it on PC,
on PC on the Game Store,
that is absolutely ridiculous. How do they do that?
Let me get to it.
Okay.
When the game was announced, a lot of people normally when you announce a game, you hear hype.
For sure.
The community was quiet. Everyone's like, "What?" All the news outlets are saying, "There's no hype for this game. What's going on?"
Yeah.
We knew what was coming. We were just waiting for the news.
Oh man.
Because I'm still personally hurt for Metro Exodus. It was originally on Steam. You could pre-order on Steam. They yanked it off Steam. If you pre-order it, you can still play on Steam. But then it went for a year exclusive on the Epic Game Store. And we're talking about a computer system. The reason why I'm a little bit upset is because I grew up with the era of the console wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Xbox, PlayStation.
Of course.
Nintendo always tried to compete. They never met the standards.
Yeah, no. Nintendo, I think is they're doing great as a company, but now they're like in their own niche right now.
And they're respected because it's Nintendo. They're grandfathered in.
It's not just that though. They're still putting out great games. That their games are in. They're not like in the same gaming category anymore as like AAA titles that are on Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
So they don't reach the same audience anymore, but they're still really big in their own right. I
mean, everyone gets it because Nintendo develops their games that are loved by people.
Exactly. They have Pokemon and Mario. That's huge. They have Zelda. So people are always still going to buy the new Nintendo console or Nintendo handheld to play those games.
Yeah, because it's considered a first-party title.
Right.
Because it comes directly from a company to their platform.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's where Steam came from.
Right.
Half-Life 2 is
Mm-hmm.
coming out.
Oh yeah.
They finished making Steam. Hey, you want to buy the game? Buy it on Steam.
Steam. Valve, put out Half-Life 3. Save yourself and help us.
Stop.
Do it.
No.
Come on.
Let me talk.
It has to happen.
I get.
It's been years. Years, man.
Last night I spent basically a good hour trying to explain how this all works.
I want Handsome Friedman. I want a new Handsome Friedman game.
Easy.
Okay.
All right. How Steam works is basically Valve is a first party production.
Mm-hmm.
They put out their games on their Steam.
Exactly.
Later, Steam saying, "Hey," to a bunch of other companies, "Hey, you can give us some money, and then we'll give you more money to put out your games on our platform." People
right.
saying, all right, we'll do it. First company to go was EA. They're saying, "Hey, we're gonna make our own launcher.
Oh God.
We'll put out our own games."
Right.
Valve says it's okay. It's your games. Any rights that are selling on here, we'll still give you compensation. They're like, all right, fine.
Right.
You can still buy old games on Steam
right.
from EA, but you cannot buy the new ones.
But like, okay, how does this relate to this whole thing going on with Borderlands 3?
Well, let me explain.
Oh, God damn it.
Then Ubisoft made their stuff.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft, right.
Ubisoft later pulled their support from Steam,
mm-hmm.
and now is selling to Epic Games Store.
Seriously?
Yes.
I don't like this whole... This is a war right now with these two companies.
And then, what's it called? Call of Duty 4, you can't even buy it on Steam.
What?
You have to buy it on Blizzard's...
Like the remastered for Modern Warfare?
Black Ops 4.
Oh, okay.
You have to buy it
Still, though, a lot of people are playing that game.
On Blizzard's launcher.
What the what? Yeah. Oh, that's right, because Blizzard and Activision are they're conjoined.
Yeah, no, yeah. Anyways, the whole point I'm
Jesus.
This is companies are being basically all the new titles that we're expecting on Steam
mm-hmm.
that had the Steam logo already on it are being bought out.
Ooh.
And then the CEO of Epic Games is like, yeah, we're not like Steam that puts out accepts any crappy games on our platform.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Meanwhile, someone was researching into the Epic Games launcher.
Right.
They're saying, why is there's a program that was searching through your Steam folders.
Like, what? There's
folders on your computer that Steam uses to basically verify that it's your computer.
Right.
Basically it's a small backup in case something happens with the connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, it's still you. We don't have to ask you to log in again.
Right.
It records your games, like small metadata, your friends, your groups, and sometimes your wish list. Epic Games was taking those files and basically researching through them.
No fucking way.
Valve immediately came out saying there's no third party allowed to even touch those.
Exactly.
Only Valve is allowed to see those. Valve and the actual person who owns it. No one else.
Gabe. The man, the legend. But that's crazy. This is like really an all-out war between Epic Games and Steam right now.
Because later,
and now they're taking Borderlands on PC for 6 months.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. That's absurd.
The reason
it's a huge title.
I'm talking about this is because later Microsoft announced their partnership with Steam. Basically, Master Chief Collection's going on Steam.
Right, yeah.
So on and so forth.
Very exciting.
And later we may see down the line, hey, you can now play Gears of War on Steam.
That'd be nuts.
The reason, or Forza, or whatever.
Ooh.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because now I'm hearing rumors that Epic Games is partnering up with PlayStation.
Oh, no.
They're literally bringing a war.
Aw, man. Actually, to be honest, like aside from Halo, I'm really into the PlayStation exclusive. They've God of War, Infamous, Ratchet and Clank, man.
The reason why I'm bringing this up,
Jack and Daxter.
All right, I get it.
Crash Bandicoot.
It sounds dumb. Like, all right, I'm on the same computer. I can just load up another thing, play the other game. You don't understand. It's basically saying, hey, I know your car sucks. Get this new one. Or just swap out the tires. You don't understand. It took a long time to work on this.
Mm-hmm.
And are
Absolutely.
you telling me I can just toss it out?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's such a massive community on Steam. It's crazy.
Epic Games doesn't have chat.
What?
Gifting, inventory. You can buy games. You can talk to your friends.
This is ridiculous. I think this is some dirty business tactics being made. Like,
No, it's gotten to the point
this
where
is a nasty game,
a lot of
man.
people are saying, "Oh yeah, it's because Valve hasn't done anything to Steam." It's gotten to the point where actually Valve almost like woke up, saying, "Hey, we're redesigning Steam."
I mean, Valve can also just put out another, a third game. That'd be great. Portal 3, Half-Life 3, please.
Ricochet 2.
Ricochet 2. Yeah, like, it's something. Valve makes money. But now they have some massive competition. This is ridiculous, man. Still, how 6 months for Borderlands 3.
I'm burnt.
That's huge. That shouldn't be illegal.
No, you want to know what they actually? All right, what's it called? It was Metro Exodus, and then later Outer Worlds, the game that was announced from Obsidian Studios.
Right.
Originally announced for Steam. Now another year on Epic Games first.
Jeez, I think this is going to be a rough period we're going to go through for a while, because this is the first time Steam actually had some serious competition.
So there's actually someone threatening Steam. I hate to say it, they're threatening Steam.
What? How?
Well, someone's trying to start basically a war, and Steam does not want to start it.
Of course. Steam has a good thing going,
Steam is recognized as a platform to the point where official companies are putting their logo stamped onto the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, man, Steam is huge. Again, this is the first time they're getting some serious competition. This is going to be a rough period to go through for a while, because normally competition improves business, and it makes everything better. That with companies competing, they want to make everything better.
Except
this is not going in that direction right now at all.
A platform that was built to not have competition. It's supposed to be shared. It was basically a monopoly. Everyone shared.
Yeah, which doesn't sound good though.
Even though it doesn't sound good, but
it was working for a long time.
Especially since you can have exclusive discounts as well.
Right.
Down the road.
Yep, that's true.
That's the one reason that separated basically computers to the consoles.
I mean, Steam didn't stop competition for gaming companies.
They didn't.
All it's been has been a platform just for PC gaming. It's worked.
It's a host.
So there's still massive competition in the gaming industry, especially on PC gaming. But now with another platform coming out, that's crazy. Yeah, I can definitely see different companies partnering with each side, and there'll be a whole new war, a PC war, a platform war, which I think will be way bigger than any console war we've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Talking about murder. No. But no, this is serious, man. This is history.
Speaking about, all right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip one of your topics.
That's okay.
I gotta roll with this.
Okay.
Speaking about history and mistakes.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Anthem.
Oh boy, Anthem.
Did you hear about the articles that came out this week?
No, I did not.
Anthem,
Let's talk about that.
Anthem was created by BioWare.
Right.
You know them from Mass Effect,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Age.
Of course, absolutely.
RPG games.
Yep.
Basically, someone interviewed roughly 19 employees about what happened with Anthem. At the end of the day, it's summed up to be management's fault. It's not EA.
Really?
I'm gonna say it. It's very unpopular.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong there.
It's not EA's fault.
Elaborate.
EA basically paid them to develop a game.
Right.
The game was being paid to be developed for 7 years.
That's a long time.
You wanna know when they started actually creating the game? Beginning of 2018.
No way.
They took 6 years of designing. No, pre-production, quote unquote.
What?
When the CEO of EA is like, hey, I want to test the game back in 2017, they threw something together. He's like, this game fucking sucks.
Damn.
A couple months later.
Oh, we have a viewer, Jacob Hall. That's a great face. Sorry, go on. Yeah. No, this is apparently like what's some like actual news about Anthem we're getting. But yeah, go ahead.
Later, the CEO was like, hey, this is not what we paid for. So, BioWare remade the game again, quote unquote, the game.
Right. Man, there's something together. That sounds like Sonic Boom, man. That sounds like that's.
They stitched it. The CEO liked the new demo they made. That same demo was shown at E3. They didn't have a game yet.
Oh God.
That was in 2017. And
right.
They didn't start the game until 18.
That's insane. And they had 7 years. You're saying EA paid
BioWare.
They paid BioWare for the development back in 2012?
Basically, like, hey, listen.
Back in 2011?
They're like, hey,
that's insane.
It was I forgot. They're like, hey, we know you guys are coming off of your game and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch us an idea. They pitched them an idea. It's like, all right, we're gonna start paying for your development and basically everything else. 6 years are like EA's like, we're paying you money. Where's the game?
I mean, but at the same time, like, why didn't someone show up in like back in 2013, but like, hey, what the fuck are you guys working on? You know, back in 2014, it's like, hey, where are you guys at? What's the progress? You know,
BioWare was at the peak, quote unquote, the peak.
Yeah.
We're not talking. When I'm talking about BioWare, I'm not talking about BioWare Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
BioWare Canada.
Okay.
We're talking about the main actual branch.
Really? Like the headquarters.
The headquarters.
Damn.
Basically, EA got very sick. It's like, all right, March 2019, the game shits. No if or
that's your deadline. Get your shit together.
No ifs, no buts.
That's crazy though. Oh man.
Their actual main production.
That just like makes you think about like that clip from SpongeBob. It's like, we threw out his name. Like, it's like just a office on fire. Like we gotta do something.
What's your name? I don't know.
Oh, that's insane though.
Yeah,
oh man.
As I'm reading, the article takes about an hour to read.
Yeah. That's huge, man.
It's a long. Basically, at the end of the day, basically EA did nothing wrong. They're doing it. They did it as a business choice.
Yeah.
Management. They used to have a production manager. He left a couple years ago.
Yep.
There was no proper management. The development got so bad that their servers kept crashing.
Oh my God.
There's points where there was no game to actual test. 6 months into actual game making, they couldn't even play the game.
Oh my God.
They shipped the game. They still couldn't even play on their own games servers.
This viewer on YouTube, it just sending. Yeah, I hope this is the reaction. Like, I mean, yeah, this is pretty huge. I think. By the way, Jacob, thank you for watching and thank you for joining us. But no, dude, that's absolutely insane. Like, I'm just imagining like or also like on like the old Rooster Teeth studio tours, like shooting each other with Nerf guns. Like, hey, what are you guys working on? Hey, guys, what the fuck are you working on? God damn it! Like, that's absolutely insane. Like, how much time was just like that's so much time to just put off.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
that's so much work to be done.
No, that's basically how to describe it. Hey, remember that 4-page essay that was due? It's like, yeah, it's due in April. Yeah, April's tomorrow. I'm sorry?
Yeah, like what? That's
April's tomorrow.
Been 7 years? Seriously, like why wasn't someone be like, hey, let's only work on this back in 2014?
They're like, yeah, we're doing pre-production. it's known. BioWare was known to do long pre-productions.
Of course, yeah.
Because they're building in.
Yeah, there was plenty of time put into Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect 3. Like,
yeah, so
those games were like there was like a lot of work and detail put into those games years ago.
EA's like, yeah, we get it, we get it.
Man.
BioWare Austin was the people for, I believe, Star Wars: The Old Republic, the online game.
Right.
How the first it came out bad. Later down the road, they learned their mistakes and rebuilt the game for them. They're saying, hey, listen, we know you guys are making an online game. Here's our tips. Nothing. It sounded like they were not getting the feedback.
That's crazy.
Turns out they're being ignored on purpose.
Ooh.
No one was listening. Not even, like I was saying, they weren't able to test it. Even if they had a stable copy, the higher-ups didn't say, hey, the game's not ready. Like, game plays, you can play it.
Wow. That is something else, man.
It's just... large, like, renowned production companies are now being cut down. You respected them, and then now you're like, where do you go wrong?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. The gaming industry is in a totally different different place right now.
We're in a new era.
Absolutely, and it's changing so fast. We're not gonna be talking about the same thing, 2-3 years from now. Not even close.
Probably next week I'm gonna say, what the fuck happened now?
Yeah, watch. I'm sure we're gonna have another topic next week on something going on with this, or something going on with the whole thing with Steam and Epic Games. Like, that's fucking insane.
Like, again, with talking about an EA title, Need for Speed. There's a period. I can tell you, there's a period where the games weren't as good, and then there was a new production company introduced. It changed everything for me.
Right.
There's a company called Ghost Productions.
Yep.
Originally, it was one of their little designs, and then now it's a company. There was a teaser about a couple months back saying, "Hey, we're making Most Wanted, our version of Most Wanted."
Really?
This is gonna be the third version of Most Wanted.
Yeah, Most Wanted came out originally back in like 2009 or something, 2008.
2009, it was a Black Box production.
Yeah.
And then
man, Black Box.
2012 was Criterion Games.
Right.
And now it's gonna be Ghost Productions.
Okay.
Criterion was originally known for Burnout.
Yeah, man, I remember Burnout. Burnout was the shit back in the day.
I still can't believe that thing was a game.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, hey, do you remember Burnout? I ever heard is basically saying, hey, remember when you were a kid?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, it was always Need for Speed, only you wanted to constantly crash into shit. Like that, it was ridiculous, but it was fun, I gotta say. So, wow, it's interesting. And now this Ghost Games, like, what are they known for? Is this a brand new company, or I haven't heard of them, honestly?
It's Need for Speed. They're known. The game I was talking about, I believe, 2014, Need for Speed. Just
yeah.
The one that I always talk about is really good.
Yeah.
That's where they got their hot press from.
Gotcha. And now they want to make another version of Most Wanted. Which
it sounds like EA greenlit it, saying, "Hey,
of course,
here's a blank check."
I think people will buy into their Most Wanted. Why not make a sequel to Most Wanted? That'd be a difficult idea, but not impossible. Something that people will buy, and that if it's done right, could be pretty promising. I think so anyway. What you got going on over there?
No, I'm just trying to look up Ghost.
Oh, okay. See if you can find a resume. Pull that up, Jamie. See if you can find a resume.
It's not Ghost Production. It's called Ghost Games.
Ghost Games, right?
They're known for Need for Speed. Back in 2015.
Right.
Need for Speed Rivals, which was not very received well.
Right.
But then they made it back with Need for Speed.
Yeah.
And Need for Speed Payback.
I didn't play that one.
Basically, it's more of almost like an action game.
Okay.
No, it's not Need for Speed The Run.
Oh, God, no. Don't talk about that. Man. Yeah, Need for Speed is just one of those... that's one of those games that have like it's been out for so long now, and there's so many titles that there's even like there's different types of Need for Speed fans, you know. I mean, they're all racing games, but
yeah, they're working on one right now that's to be announced, but it's rumored to be the next Most Wanted.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
I mean, if they made Need for Speed 2015, you know, it's not. It could be in good hands. Most Wanted is a pretty cherished name in Need for Speed and in racing games in general.
Even though it's trash, if you look at it now.
Yeah.
If you look at it as now an our standpoint, it's a really buggy game.
Oh yeah, the original, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, for sure.
And then the last.
I still have my copy though. I still play it every now and then. You know what? I'm gonna stream it in one of these weeks. I'm gonna live stream it one of these weekends. I bet. Why not?
How about just break your legs?
Oh, come on! It is still a good game, but yeah, no, for sure, yeah, for our standards now, and to be fair, for the standards that came out, there wasn't that much time put into that game anyway.
Oh no, and the engine.
Yeah.
It was built on, I forgot. It was Havoc.
Yeah, because I mean, let's see, it came out in 2009. BioShock came out in 2007, and that game was huge and it looked way better. Obviously, a different type of game. Sure.
The Havoc engine was.
It was like a PS2 era engine.
It was. It was known to be all right, but then that's where we got.
It was starting to get outdated by the time that game was released.
Because Sonic 06.
Oh God.
Was built on the same engine.
Was it really?
The Havoc engine.
Oh my God.
Havoc physics.
Oh no.
And then the recent Need for Speed are
that's a mess.
The recent Need for Speed games are built on the Frostbite engine.
Damn. Man, so Havoc engine, that engine was around for like 4 years?
It was more.
Holy
it's
shit.
Been out for God knows how long.
Damn. That's crazy. No. Yeah.
Let me tell you. Havoc was...
You know, I feel like Most Wanted was really good in its design and when introduced to Need for Speed when it was initially released. And with the campaign for it, you know, with having to, it was almost like an arcade type thing, but it had a story to it with having to do it was like 13 consecutive races that got harder and harder, and different maps and all that. It was a pretty cool idea.
It was the physics engine.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual official engine.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible in design. It was the thing that it lacked in was for the time it was released was. How good it looked.
You want to know the oldest thing that uses the same
and how well it was processed, huh?
The physics engine.
Yeah, the Havoc physics engine, right?
2001.
Holy shit.
The last one was 2017. I see on this list.
There was a game that came out 2 years ago that used the Havoc engine.
Yes.
Was it? What did you have a name? Was it AAA or what was it?
Destiny 2.
No way. Destiny 2 was on the Havoc engine?
Destiny 2.
No wonder.
All Dark
No way.
The Crew 2. The one I'm actually currently playing.
Well, damn, this engine is damn near immortal if it ran Dark Souls.
Well, remember, it's been refined over the years.
It has to be. If it ran Dark Souls 3, that game is huge. That is absurd.
I'm playing the Crew 2 right now.
That is outrageous. Oh my God. And so now, we're not still using it for Need for Speed, are we?
Huh?
We're not still using it for Need for Speed, are we?
No, we're using the Frostbite.
Okay.
Frostbite is a completely different engine.
I'm well aware. Yeah.
We were introduced with Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that was huge.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
As the buildings collapsed.
Yes.
Oh my jeez.
That was gorgeous. Oh my, that was revolutionary. I remember that. That was like what? That was like 4 years ago now. 3 years ago.
Oh God, I was in middle school.
What? Really? No. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. No, I think that was 5 or 6 years ago.
And then Battlefield 4.
Damn. Yeah, that was like 2013. That was like 2012, 2013.
Battlefield 4 introduced Levolution. You ever heard that term?
No.
Basically, in multiplayer maps, there's dynamic things that happen.
Okay.
A building collapses. A storm comes in. Sandstorm comes in. So on and so forth, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy snowfall. Blizzard.
Right.
It basically affects the gameplay of the whole map.
Yeah.
An entire. You remember the map Caspian Border?
Yeah.
Basically, it was just a borderline, and you're fighting one.
Right. Yeah.
Well, in Battlefield 4, it introduced where the actual tower in the center collapses, and it broke down the border wall.
Jeez.
Meaning there's more entrances between the actual physical border wall.
Wow.
Before we stray off on the topic of different eras, we're introducing into a new era of comic book movies.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Shazam is getting a lot of good reviews.
It is. Aquaman was pretty good. Not as good as Wonder Woman, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. There was a few things I didn't like that they did as far as the tone of it.
I haven't seen it.
No? Okay, I won't spoil anything. But I recommend it. I honestly hope DC isn't working with Zack Snyder anymore. Because that was a really bad start with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Those movies were absolutely terrible. Suicide Squad was a mess of its own too. Oh my god.
You say we some kind of Suicide Squad.
That was a mess, man. I was really looking forward to that movie too, but then it crashed and burned. It was poorly edited.
Lips.
Ugh.
Eats a Skittle.
Please stop. But oh man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Shazam. I'm sure I'll watch it.
No, the reason why I brought this
I think it's a
up.
reasonably prompt. Why?
Joker.
Oh yes, that's right.
You saw the trailer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's definitely a new take on Joker that I can definitely appreciate.
Because we're introduced with Heath Ledger, a full psychotic character.
Yeah. He was more like the Bronze Age Joker, the insanity. Yeah, the nihilists.
This one is where it's a man that's broken down.
Yeah, man. It reminds me of like the Killing Joke kind of arc, you know?
That's where people started with the arc.
Yeah.
And then there's one. People are saying there's going to be a major reference to The Dark Knight Returns.
Really?
Remember that scene where Joker goes on the talk show?
Oh.
And he's like, well, there's one major joke, and kills everybody in the audience, including the host.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he's getting ready to go on stage and talk to a host, which happens to be Robert De Niro.
Oh, wow.
People are saying that's where he gets his first major spotlight.
That's nuts. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Also, Marvel. Man, where's Marvel going to go after this? After Endgame? Because, let's talk about this really quick. Because Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., their contracts are over with Disney.
Sebastian Stan as well.
Yeah, so we're talking. I think at least one of them at least Iron Man or Cap is gonna die in Endgame. I hate to say it.
Why not both?
Maybe,
Let's just clean the slate.
Stop that, okay? That Infinity War hurt bad enough. All right, but we know it's at the end of all those characters because we already know the next Spider-Man's coming out, Far From Home. We're not sure where it takes place right now in the timeline, the canon timeline for the MCU, but
you know what?
What?
I think we're going to be introduced into the multi-realms now.
What makes you say that?
Well, have you seen Ant-Man and Wasp?
Actually, I didn't. I still need to.
At the end,
So the only one I haven't seen now.
It was an end credit scene where he shrinks down between reality, the fibers of reality.
Right.
He's basically, they're saying, be careful not to be sucked into the time vortex. Basically, either time travel or he's going to be jumping between other realities.
Do you think he's going to find a reality that's in Thanos' asshole?
No, he's going to find one where it's in his asshole.
Stop that. That you sent me that. John sent me a short video on Instagram.
It was like 3 a.m.
Yeah, where Thanos uses the Infinity Gauntlet to shrink himself down and go up Ant-Man's asshole and kills him from the inside. I was not ready for that. No. That was too well of a CGI animated clip. As someone anyway.
Oh well, here's the thing. The reason why I brought that up is because Ant-Man shrinks down between realities, and he's talking to his group.
Right.
and he loses connection with them.
Mm.
That's when the camera zooms out over to their bodies as they're disintegrating from the events of...
Oh, God.
That movie takes place at the same time as Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
People are saying that's... Everyone was confused in the trailer at saying how he was able to get out. Maybe he didn't.
Mm.
Maybe he went into another reality where he just already was the size of his normal
Yeah.
size.
Did you see Captain Marvel?
No.
It was spectacular. Now, I do like Captain Marvel, but I was never a big fan in the comics. I haven't really read up much on Captain Marvel before seeing the movie. But I do like how they introduced her to the MCU. I think it definitely makes sense. And it was also just a really great movie visually. Really, it was beautifully directed and filmed. But what I was saying with how Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. that like this could be like their last film most likely. There's still like 20 more Marvel movies planned. Who do you think is going to be in the spotlight now that Cap and Iron Man I'm certain aren't going to be in the spotlight anymore? I'm thinking probably Captain Marvel and Spider-Man.
I think we're going to be introduced to a new era of Iron Man.
How so?
Well, people are theorizing from the third movie where he's basically being sheltered by a kid.
Yeah.
They're saying that he may show that kid the new mantle of Iron Man. Or we may be introduced to the Celestials of the universe. Where basically Iron Man is shown the God Killer armor.
Man, dude, there's not a lot of time for that.
There probably isn't. And there's probably...
Like, the contract is over for Iron Man. And there hasn't been enough development for that. I mean, that sounds like a great idea, but we need a lot more time to get back to Iron Man for that.
I don't think it's going to be Iron Man, then. It could be Peter Parker, where...
I think that makes more sense.
Where basically Spider-Man down the road, where it shows he gets smarter.
Right.
He's going to be basically the guy who leads the
development. Yeah, I can see Spider-Man being in the spotlight for the next several Marvel, like the next era of Marvel movies.
I mean, it's not like we have enough movies of him.
But no, like, I love Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think it's great, but
I'm still getting used to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the one person that has the opinion of saying Andrew Garfield as a Spider-Man. I didn't appreciate him as Peter Parker.
Yeah, he was way too cool to be Peter Parker.
But as a Spider-Man, he was.
I don't think it was amazing, but
he had the right feel.
Yeah, he definitely had the jokes and he had the moves and all that, but I mean, it just doesn't matter now. What I like about Tom Holland is that he's younger. He's a kid. He's like our age. He's like what? He's like 21, 22?
No, he's not. I swear he's older.
Still, he's like he's our generation. He's really young. He's definitely the youngest person to ever play Spider-Man ever. And he's got the Queen's accent. He pulls off pretty well. But nonetheless, like I said, he's within our generation, but I think it's pretty important, and I think it works better. It's probably not the best adaptation of Spider-Man, but for the sake of the MCU, I think it's perfect because of how well it fits into our modern, our universe. It just feels so meta. Seeing in the last movie where he's like posting stories on Snapchat or whatever it was, just recording everything on his phone.
He's a kid.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, because like in the actual,
it feels like the modern Peter Parker as a teenager.
Yeah, because even the characters are like, wait, we're just fighting a kid. What are you doing here?
Yeah. And that, I think that's really authentic to Spider-Man. That's one thing that's valuable with Spider-Man, and that's what makes him so unique from any other hero, is that he's on his own and he's young. He's a kid. He's going through the whole thing with being in high school and keeping his identity a secret. He doesn't have he has a part-time job. What?
Sorry, immediately as soon as he said part part-time job, I got the pizza theme in my head.
Yeah, pizza time. That's one thing. Okay, I loved Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. He wasn't a bad Spider-Man either. Spider-Man 3 was a mess though.
Okay.
But
I cried at the end.
Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
Why? Because
they killed off the.
Oh yeah. What?
James Franco.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was in theater.
Yeah, Harry. Yeah. I don't know, man. That movie just it was just a mess.
When I was watching, I'm like,
looking back on it.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, but no, for the MCU, I think Captain Marvel and Spider-Man are really gonna take the spotlight. But nonetheless, yeah. So I think what's gonna happen is that there's probably gonna be a trilogy for each one of these new big heroes, because I don't think we're gonna be seeing any more Captain America, Iron Man, or Thor movies for that matter.
Thor already hit his.
He had Ragnarok. That's the end. That's it.
Ragnarok, and then Infinity War. He finally hit his end.
Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna be seeing any more movies from them. I think we're probably gonna see like another 2 Black Panther movies, another 2 Doctor Strange and Captain Marvel, and we're gonna have a trilogy for Spider-Man as well. And we still need to get Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as well.
Yeah, but I do know that eventually they're gonna have to introduce Deadpool.
Possibly. That's the other thing, is that Disney now owns 20th Century Fox.
So
and
they got the rest of the license.
Yeah, and X-Men might be finishing pretty soon with Dark Phoenix. You ever heard about Dark Phoenix?
I heard bad things already, so.
Oh, about the new movie?
Well, it already looks terrible.
What makes you say that?
Have you seen the makeup for Mystique?
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Well, and plus,
that's the only thing that really threw me off though. I like the way they're going with like touching on Phoenix. That's essential to X-Men. And I like the current actress for Jean Grey too. It's the actress for Sansa from Game of Thrones. And
sorry, the last thing I seen was for that timeline of X-Men was I think was X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
that's actually an essential arc. Apocalypse was okay.
I haven't seen it.
I
haven't. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna.
I think I'd recommend it. I mean, if you like X-Men anyway. If not, then don't worry about it.
I'm more of a Wolverine fan.
Oh, Wolverine's over, man. Logan was a.
I was a mess.
I'm sorry, what?
I was a mess.
Oh, you were a mess. I'm like, Logan was a cinematic masterpiece. I actually like Logan about as much as I like The Dark Knight. Like, that's not just a superhero movie. That's not just a comic book movie. That is a masterpiece in cinema.
I'm not saying that Logan was bad, but I preferred the Wolverine a little bit more because that shows his.
I'm sorry, what?
I enjoyed the actual style of the Wolverine. I still love Logan.
John, you lost me. The Wolverine, the one where he goes to Japan.
No, never mind. I got confused with you.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't talk about. I'm tired.
And if you're talking about X-Men Origins Wolverine, that movie was even worse.
Fuck no. I still can't believe
No. The original 3 X-Men, they have their place. You know, Wolverine was great in this movie. Hugh Jackman was amazing in those movies. And that's what made Logan so great, is that the audience was so used to seeing Logan as Wolverine as this
immoral,
this unstoppable beast, this powerhouse. And in Logan, he's fractured. He's an old man. He's gone through some shit. Just in the first scene, he's defending himself. Barely defending himself from just these thugs that he doesn't want to ruin his car. You know, this man that took down Phoenix, that took down like titans of other mutants is now brought down to this point. I loved Logan, honestly. Anyway, the whole thing with Marvel, and now Disney owns 20th Century Fox, and now we have Deadpool now with 2 movies, and he's the fourth wall breaker. He exists in every universe essentially.
Oh god, poor Spider-Man.
Now, here's another thing though, is that Deadpool is really just as far as the movies, it's all. I feel like it's all up to
Marvel.
No. Deadpool is what's his name? The guy who plays him. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He's the man.
No, Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds.
That's what I'm saying. He's not just the actor. He's the man that's actually in charge of the operation.
Yeah.
And Disney doesn't have creative rights for Marvel or 20th Century Fox. They own them. They have licensing and financial rights to them. That anything that has Marvel's name on it, Disney's in charge of, but they don't do any of the writing or directing or anything like that.
I know Marvel has been trying to get their eyes on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan Reynolds has his eyes on the actual main universe.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be spectacular for like I don't know how they'll introduce him, but like
he did.
Now it's not the time. Endgame has to happen, and then like maybe in a Spider-Man movie or something, Deadpool can come in and be a character. I don't think Deadpool is gonna be like a big deal in MCU though. I think he's gonna stay his own thing, like he always has been.
Well, at the end of Deadpool 2, he gets the time device.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you how he does it.
Okay.
At the end of Endgame, he's gonna be dressed up as Thanos.
Oh my god.
He's gonna turn around like, "It's my time now," with a fake gauntlet.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay, who knows?
No, that's not gonna happen in Endgame, dude. No, it won't. Endgame is a big deal.
They can throw a curveball if they want to.
That's not. That changes the entire tone of the movie, dude. If that happens, that movie is gonna sink, and it can't sink. It's pivotal.
I'm not saying it's the end. I'm not saying it's the end scene. It's gonna be a post-credit.
It can be a post-credit.
That's what I'm saying.
But it can't be in the movie.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be a post-credit.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be in the movie.
Okay, that'd be funny. That'd be funny as a post-credit. It can't be in the movie though, because that would ruin the tone of the movie completely.
No, it's a serious
That'd be a
movie.
mess. Yeah, no. That can't happen. But I can see that it's like an after credit for sure.
Yeah, he turns around like he's still wearing the mask, just painted purple.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
He's like, "It's my time."
Otherwise, yeah, like I can definitely see Deadpool possibly being like thrown in as like a cameo or an Easter egg in like the next Spider-Man movie or the Spider-Man movie after. I don't think he's ever gonna be a big deal if he ever is even shown anywhere in the MCU, but
it's a very touchy subject with him.
Well, yeah, but the other thing, it's not just that. It's even traditionally with Deadpool has always been his own thing in the comics too, and video games and all, and every medium of Marvel. Deadpool has always been his own character that doesn't exactly interfere with the actual meta, with the actual story for Marvel. He's always existed. Like not always, but like he's existed for a long time, and he's a loved character. But he's not essential. He's not a big game player in the story. He's his own beast.
I mean, we were what's called introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
To the observers.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Oh man. And we still have Adam Warlock to be coming, and I don't think he's gonna be an Endgame, even though Adam originally in the comics Adam Warlock was the big game changer. He was the wild card in Infinity Gauntlet. In the comics and the original, what Infinity War is based off of in the comic standpoint, Adam Warlock was the game changer. Obviously it's not the case here because it's just way too early to introduce him. He's way too important of a character. I think we're definitely going to see him in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and that's going to be huge for Adam Warlock to be introduced to the MCU. But also with this whole thing right now with 20th Century Fox, I don't know if they're gonna be doing any more X-Men movies. I mean, they could be planning more X-Men movies after Dark Phoenix, but what else are they gonna do? Dark Phoenix is talking. That's coming towards the end of X-Men, and it wouldn't be a terrible idea, I think, if if this current arc of X-Men ends and we see a new X-Men being born in the MCU to create the Ultimates, and that can be the new big thing, that this can be the end of the Avengers, but now we can create the Ultimates in the MCU, and that would be a totally different beast. Because again, Marvel has 20 more movies planned.
Well, here's how they can introduce it.
Oh, that, and sorry, really quick.
Yeah.
You know that there's been talk about another reboot for Fantastic Four that hopefully won't be a dumpster fire.
Yeah, because they have to introduce into the MCU.
I think Fantastic Four will be great in the MCU
You wanna know?
after the Avengers, yeah.
You wanna know
Especially with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man in the comics started in Fantastic Four. Before Spider-Man got his own comic book, he was featured in Fantastic Four. Imagine there being a joint film with Spider-Man and a new Fantastic Four that can be done right. Without Chris Evans, sadly, but yeah. Original Human Torch going on, but yeah.
I have a theory how they can introduce the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know how everyone left with the Soul Stone?
Right, yeah.
It could be a side effect when they return, quote unquote,
Sure.
where their bodies are slightly mutated. And down the road, their kids have mutated powers.
So you think it's possible that mutants can be born from people becoming basically from the the aftermath of Endgame? You think that mutants can be introduced into the MCU
because they're dealing with cosmic power.
That's not a bad idea. Or they could also that can also possibly be how the Fantastic Four can be introduced.
That too, or probably they get their hands on the Soul Stone again and try to see what they can do up in space.
Yeah. Right.
Causing them to be afflicted.
Yeah. Or it could be something else. It could be like it could be a totally different it could be the same thing with like a group of scientists, doing doing some research, and it could be, let's say it could be on the Tesseract or something else too.
That fucking Tesseract is always everywhere.
Dude, yeah. You haven't seen Captain Marvel, you don't know.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Well, I have a theory what happens.
But yeah, like there's a lot of different things that can happen right now with the MCU. And with right now with 20th Century Fox with their films right now, now that they're under Disney, I don't know if they will continue. I mean, obviously they could, but as far as like in the perspective of how much there's left in the traditional X-Men story, that's canon originally, especially now without Hugh Jackman, without Wolverine, what's gonna happen to X-Men, Hugh Jackman is the only actor that's ever played Wolverine on a silver screen.
Yeah, and holds the record for the longest.
For the longest
Title.
Yeah, as a superhero character, as a comic book character.
Land Down Under.
You don't think he's ever gonna come back?
Jackman?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He'd have to get a really good deal from Disney.
It's a maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a full yes, because when I did hear when he left after Logan, it was due to skin condition for him. With he had I'm not 100%. It's been a while since I looked into it.
Right.
His body took a toll after basically working out, maintaining the physique.
Yep.
He had to dehydrate for a couple hours in order to make it look like he's ripped. And then from there, he later had skin cancer. To the point where some parts of the body were not screen appropriate.
That's crazy. Damn, I didn't know it was that serious.
It's what I'm imagining.
Right.
But it takes a toll on the body.
Oh, for sure.
For him.
Absolutely.
But I think he'll probably do it.
Maybe.
If Ryan Reynolds cuts him a fucking check.
Ha. Oh no, the check would come from Disney.
Well, no, it's
no matter what now.
Ryan Reynolds pay as well.
That'd be pretty funny.
He's like, what? I don't have to get paid for him to act in my movie? Fine, fuck it.
Yeah, but Yeah, like I'm not sure if we're gonna be seeing much more of X-Men with this current arc. If so, I mean, how many movies has it been now? They in this current arc, they had First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and now Dark Phoenix. This is the fourth film in this current universe.
The last arc was X-Men 1,
2,
Last Stand, and then Days of Future Past.
Well, no, there was also Days of Future Past. That movie does not exist in the original universe of the first three. So that's
right.
So that's pretty funny. That's the other thing that's really cool is that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine exists in every X-Men universe ever put in film. So the first three X-Men were in their own universe, and then it was X-Men Origins Wolverine,
right?
Which technically is a mess of its own.
Yeah, because he remembers all both versions.
Yeah, but then in the end he lost his memory, and that was them saying, "Oh, we're done with that X-Men." X-Men First Class was the starting of the current one, and Days of Future Past was with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, but that Wolverine is not the same Wolverine that was in every X-Men movie that was made prior.
Right, because...
So the Wolverine that's in Days of Future Past is unique. It's the same thing with Logan. Those two Wolverines don't exist in any other movie, except for that he made a cameo in Apocalypse, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah. That was when... That was at the time that, because since it was after the events of Days of Future Past, it was still in the 80s, and that was when Logan was actually that was when he was under Stryker, and he that was when he got the adamantium put in him. Someone's playing music. How long have we been live now? I've been going for an hour and 37 minutes.
Alright, before we wrap it up, I was talking to Richard, one of our other friends, about Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, go on.
Alright, it's weird how we're just going straight into this.
Sure, yeah, this is complete sidetracking, but yeah, that's fine.
It's not sidetracking anymore.
Oh, sure. I guess we're done with the whole conversation, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We were discussing that the official Dungeons and Dragons company, Wizards of West Coast.
Wizards of Waverly Place?
Shut up.
Yeah.
They announced, I think, or hinting up to the next upcoming book for the official rules.
Right.
They're introducing naval combat.
Wow.
It's gonna be official. Right?
What? Naval combat in D&D? That's nuts.
So you guys can have a ship.
This is like this is like when they introduced into Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and then don't worry, we're gonna introduce time travel later.
Oh God.
Joking.
Please, that sounds absurd.
Well, here's the thing: it's already known that you can have ship combat in the game from the people who made their own custom games. But this one is basically saying it's official. This is gonna be
in an official handbook.
Official handbook that you can buy. Yada yada.
Right.
Basically, someone brought up saying, "Oh, what, are you gonna introduce the Kraken?" I'm like, "No, he's already in the game."
Yeah. Yeah, the Kraken's already in D&D. It's already an existing monster.
He's
of course.
God. No, he's a god.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
No, I was thinking. Well,
it's like, are you sure?
Kraken or Cthulhu, both of them are.
Oh no, that's not the same thing. Yeah, Cthulhu, I'm pretty sure it's like a god in the books.
Sorry.
And the Kraken is a monster.
Cthulhu is a god.
Yeah, the Kraken is a monster.
Is a deity.
What?
Yes.
Why? You know the Kraken is from Greek and Norse. Well, yeah, no, the Kraken is from Greek mythology.
Yeah, you can also fight actual gods in the game.
What?
You can fight, I believe, Zeus.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of religions in the game as well. That's a whole different part.
So in an official D&D, it's also like in the same universe as fucking God of War, and you can fight any god of any mythology.
Theoretically, yes.
That's ridiculous. This is like high school D&D, where it's like, oh yeah, you can meet Goku. Yeah, Goku exists in this universe. What, you're saying this guy is Goku? Yeah, not the one from Dragon Ball Z, the one from Chinese mythology. What? What is this? This is like,
You want to fight Zhao
no, this is like Soul Calibur. This
D&D is what you make of it.
Hey, this is the Marvel D&D universe.
Hey, you heard of Jesus?
Oh man.
Well, he's gonna make you go on that cross instead.
Oh man. But no, go on. You're talking about naval combat. Wow.
Yeah.
So how would that work out? You know anything about how that works in?
Well, I know how you guys are able to get your own housing in game.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's gonna be a floating house.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Basically, all right, we need supplies for this. You guys have to pay gold probably to maintain the ship.
Right.
The ship has inventory.
Yeah, and you probably have to or.
You can upgrade it later down the line. Yeah,
but also like in sense of combat, would there be? I guess you might have to use like different traits.
Trades.
And what like in sense of like within combat, like rolling for different
there probably is
proficiencies.
There's probably going to be a different skill for traits.
Right.
Navigation is.
That makes sense.
Navigation goes with survival.
Right.
But there's actual. Being the captain, so it's probably being
what's your steering skill?
40.
What's your sailing trait?
Well, that's probably gonna go in survival or.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Probably you can also do ship combat, or you can actually use the ship as a ramming.
Or you have cannons.
Huh?
Cannons. You can use different shots.
You can probably go on the mast and archer off, so on and so forth.
Probably get pretty creative with that. That sounds pretty interesting.
Because in reality, if you break down the books, everything takes place on land.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
When you fight aquatic monsters, they're technically in a lake, so you don't need a ship.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon, you know. You surf, and then it's just like when you're playing on land.
Yeah.
Still turn based.
Before, if you're going to travel to a different quote unquote continent, you'll pay somebody for a ship. Basically, it's a fast travel. Okay. You just appear the other place.
Yeah.
You say, all right, you paid this much, you ate this and this.
Oh, so essentially, this can make it more interesting for overseas travel.
Overseas travel.
That way, like, let's say you're role playing in you stumble you can stumble upon different wrecks or different monsters on the way.
Or you can,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, or you get.
That can definitely make the experience of a dungeon game like more extensive.
It's heavily extensive.
Yeah.
In a different way that it's normally meant to be.
You can just be trying to go. You can already be on a quest, and then you end up running into fucking pirates. They need to fight.
Davy Jones.
Oh yeah, you find Davy Jones' locker. You go through the Bermuda Triangle. And end up in a massive whirlpool, and you find the Kraken or Cthulhu.
Or hell, you shipwreck.
Or yeah, you was running into some Dutch that are trying to steal your spices. Like, yeah.
It's all about the British.
The British is transport. What are you talking about?
They want your tea. They want your tea.
That's not what that. Do you know anything about history?
It's a meme. I'm talking about a meme.
Okay, but the British, so you know, just so you know the context of your history memes, John. Okay, that the British, okay, for a long time, you know how they had control of India, and that's where they got a lot of their tea that they transported to different European countries and to the colonies before the United States became independent. Actually, no, that's not entirely true. That's not entirely right because Britain was in charge of India under Queen Victoria's rule. That was during the imperial era when they were also trying to take control of different parts of Africa, along with France and Spain. Yeah. But yeah, D&D naval combat. That sounds pretty. That sounds pretty damn interesting.
Naval campaign, I believe.
Naval campaign. Ooh.
Well, yeah, because it's probably introducing the actual.
That makes sense.
And then you can look at the campaign.
So there's. Ooh, I wonder what the campaign will be called. Is there a name for the campaign yet for the naval? Ooh.
I don't believe so yet.
But
But
It's just called Davy Jones Walker.
I don't think they can call it.
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Stop it.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Disney's fucking
Dead
listening.
Man's Chest.
Disney's listening.
It's just called
It's
just called Johnny Depp.
Depp of the Jones.
Johnny Deep.
Yeah, but it's JHON.
It's just called Under the Sea. Under the Sea.
I'm gonna sink your ship.
No, that is pretty cool though. That's definitely nothing to introduce. I like how D&D is like just constantly changing game,
It's picking up again.
and has so much. Yeah, for sure.
Um,
And there's so many different possibilities, especially with Critical Role going on. You know, there's a lot of people getting behind it now. Is there any update with how they're going about their animation? You want to talk about that really quick?
I don't think there's an update at the moment.
No.
Let me actually see how much they've raised.
Yeah, like they've been grossing like an insane amount. They went way past their goal.
Yeah,
with how much people want this to happen. This is gonna be a high budget animated special.
Originally, it was one episode.
Yeah.
Now there's like 3 different arcs.
That's awesome. That is incredible. They can make a movie. This is gonna be some like Studio Ghibli level production. Come on.
I told you who's making the animation.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, it's the guy that made Venture Bros. Go Team Venture. Yeah.
Hold on.
That's awesome.
Critical Role Kickstarter.
Yeah. I like how people still use Kickstarter. I only say that because Patreon and GoFundMe exist, and Indiegogo. There's like so many different sites now. Actually, is anyone even using Indiegogo? Oh, where's it at right now?
We have 13 days left.
Wow, it's so soon.
$8.9 million.
Oh my God!
Out of their original $7,500,000.
That is astronomical. That is huge.
65,000 backers.
Wow. That is absolutely incredible. Like that. This is really going to be impressive. Has to be.
They originally, when they did put out the campaign, they weren't expecting a large jump in price.
Mm-hmm.
Because within hours it was up to $6 million. And then the next day they were planning to do a Q&A. They were just staring at the camera for 5 minutes, looking at each other, looking back and saying, "We weren't expecting this.
Wow.
We knew you guys were gonna like help us. We're paying out of pocket." And then immediately like, "Oh no, we don't have to pay anymore."
Yeah, that is nuts, man. Yeah, it's really impressive to see how far this come. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. We're at an hour and 48. It's almost 2:00 already. Do you want to keep going for a little bit, or?
No, we gotta.
We should call this to a close. I don't really have much more topics. I mean, I had like 2 more things. Now, one more thing we could have talked about, but it's political. I don't know if I really want to get into it because that'd be a whole different can of worms to open.
All right, there's one. Speaking about political, there's one thing I want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
This week in history, there is one controversial thing Mr. quote unquote President Obama did a couple years back.
Okay.
So controversial, I can't believe he did. If you guys can't tell, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, you sound like Alex Jones right now for a second.
He took a photo with a selfie stick in the Oval Office, and people ringed him about this.
Why are we talking about this now in 2019?
Why not?
Because it's old news.
Exactly. And someone like brought it up, and I'm like, this was a thing in history.
Wait, someone's talking about this now
Well,
besides you right now?
No, someone brought it up again,
Uh-huh.
saying, "Hey, this time in history."
Oh.
Fox and basically all the news and organizations are saying he's a child with nuclear codes. How dare you? And I'm like, you guys are defending Trump.
I was still like, you know what's going?
Sorry.
It's like, you know, I'm just saying, no, you're not wrong because
No,
if you want to talk about if you want to talk about a child with nuclear codes right now,
we got Kim Jong Un,
and we have our own president currently. We have Trump.
and then we got the
Dude, I'm
to serve Canada.
I don't know much about Canadian politics. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. But
you think they asked so much?
That's besides the point. If someone actually brought that up recently, I mean, who are you to talk right now with where we're at?
No, they brought it up as basically saying, you guys are idiots. You guys talked about this, and now you're saying, oh, he's...
But also, it's totally irrelevant. I mean, why are you poking fun at a former president?
Well, no. The reason why I brought it up is the context was they're saying, hey, back when this thing happened, you guys reamed him saying, hey, why is he taking a photo with a selfie stick? A photo.
Yeah, why is it such a big deal? It's just a photo. We see the Oval Office all the time.
Well, no, it was just showing him like, hey, look, I'm using a selfie stick.
Yeah, but also, like, have you seen the amount of memes of Trump in the Oval Office? He let Kanye in there. I mean, how? Come on. That's a totally different.
I'm gonna say it right now. I still don't care about Kanye. I prefer original Kanye. Before Mental Breakdown.
Life of Pablo was a pretty good album, I gotta say. And actually, no, Actually, my favorite album is his debut, College Dropout, personally. But I do like his new stuff. I think he's very experimental. That's what I respect him. Well, that's what I respect about Kanye is that he's not afraid to try new things in his music, regardless to what other people might want to listen to.
All right, we're done here.
Okay.
I'm joking.
I mean, we have gone for a while now, though.
We're hitting the time limit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back next week, Friday, around the same time. And tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm gonna live stream Pokemon. Let's Go Pikachu. Tomorrow night. And Sunday night, as usual.
How about you live stream Doom?
I don't have Doom, but I want to get Doom. I would definitely live stream Doom once I have it.
I'll let you borrow my tablet. My Switch. I have a digital download.
We'll talk about it. Anyway, yeah. Until next time, have a fantastic